Hey, everyone. Welcome back to OT Graps with your boys, Omar Q and Trevor Entertainment. Trevor, my good friend. How are
What's
you?
going on, sir?
Yeah, man. We going on. We're going on. We got Surf Wrestling in the chat. We got CC in the chat. Uh, we got so much to talk about. CM Punk potentially joining WWE. We have an update on that. We're also going to be talking about the return of Bray Wyatt, which Trevor, you and I have not had a chance to converse about since it happened, and we'll
No,
talk
we have not.
we'll
Have
talk a
not.
little bit about his promos since he's been back. We'll talk about whether or not music and the background of promos belongs in pro wrestling, and we're also going to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling apparently being very angry with WWE. All that and much,
Aren't
much
they
more.
always angry with
New Japan's always angry
WWE?
with somebody. Yeah, they're always angry with somebody. I could see Gato and Rocky Romero. Rocky Romero with his eye patch going, no, arg, arg, Rapungi Vice.
Buggy Vice.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, guys! Hit that like button if you haven't already done so. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. Follow Trevor on the Tweeterverse
It's the best thing.
at Trevortainment, TreverTainment.
I've been a little more active on Twitter
I
lately,
know
so please.
I got to reply on one of my tweets. I got to reply on one of my tweets. Surf Wrestling in the chat just said New Japan Pro Wrestling wants Sasha Banks too. Everyone wants Sasha
Well,
Banks.
Sasha Banks,
This
exactly.
podcast wants Sasha Banks. Sasha, let's go.
Yeah, come on.
Vent. This will be. I'll make this the Sasha Banks show. Let's go.
Exactly.
Boss time with Sasha Banks. Ooh, ooh.
That'd be awesome, actually.
Boss
Look
time
at you
with, sorry,
already.
Boss times with Mercedes. With Mercedes. I don't remember her last name, but
I don't either for
whatever
some
her
reason.
last name is.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have fun. But first things first. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. I know you will.
Don't like you anymore.
What? Oh, come on. That was a good pun.
It was.
That
It was a good pun. It was a good pun.
But yeah. So but no. Seriously. First things first. We got the icebreaker of the week. I believe it's my turn, so I'll just go.
It is your turn. Yes.
I will go, and I will ask you, Trevor. Trevor, the sauce. What is your least favorite? Favorite and least favorite finishing move, and why?
Favorite and least favorite. Woo. I don't know why that's hard. I don't know why that's a hard question to answer.
Maybe because you don't know anything about wrestling.
Wrestling.
All these kids these days and their super kicks. Back in my day, super kicks used to be a finishing move. Now it's just
the finishing move. There was just a like this is just an honorable mention. I mean, just because it's just there is taking over wrestling. Like, it's not my favorite. I mean, it's in the top runner, but it's not the one I'm picking. A lot of the cutter moves are always fun. Like, like the Stone Cold Stunner, the Diamond Cutter. A lot of those are pretty fun. Even the Regal Cutter was always fun to watch him do it.
Cutter. I don't even know her.
You actually just made me sad a little bit.
I made a funny.
Let's see, but I think one of my favorite finisher moves, of course, besides like the typical ones like the super kick, things like that. Probably one of my favorites. It's got to be the curb stomp, actually. Only because when it came out, it was very innovative. You know what I mean? It's also one of those moves that if you've done right, you can seriously mess somebody up, because that's why they took it away for a while. He was breaking people's faces, kind of like the pedigree, and the pile driver and things like that. But yeah, I think one of my favorites, it will probably be the curb stomp. Least favorite was probably, what is it? What was it? It was, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, for what it was funny. But anybody that did like I love Regal, but the power punch just pissed me off.
No, come on, that was mine. That was mine. The Big Show, the WMD, the WMD. That was mine. Big Show's punch, the knockout punch.
The knockout punch. It was so slow, so bad. Oh, it was so bad.
Like, I'm supposed to believe that Big Show, who's been punching people for years before this, like,
right.
Not knocking a single. I turned the gain up on my mic, so it might be a little loud. I'm sorry, people. Because apparently, I don't know. I switched to a new wire. Apparently, the wire is giving me issues. So if the audio is either too soft or too loud, let me know, and we'll adjust it as we go. But man, oh man, not even the Superman punch, distinctively different than a Superman punch. It's a Superman
punch.
Super space man space punch. Distinctively different than Superman. But no, definitely Big Show's WMD. Hated it. The entire concept of it pissed me off. Big Show literally could not punch anyone in the face after they realized, oh damn, that's his finishing move, a punch in the face. So definitely that for worst. My favorite is Kizarny. Kizarny's like roll around, the fumbly bumbly roll through.
It's just, I only like it because it's hilarious. I only like it because it's funny.
Yeah. So there we go. There we go. We got CC in the chat saying, "Hey, Omar, your mic is fully on." Yeah. So again, like I said, the mic is like I have been having audio issues. So this is true. I have been having audio issues with the current setup I have. We're gonna change the setup in a little bit. I'm waiting for a wire to come in up from Amazon, and we'll hopefully have my full sound back. So I adjusted the gain a little bit to make it a little higher, and hopefully the people can hear me. But I do know the audio in some of my videos has been softer in the past few weeks. So bear with me as I just try to get a grip. Just get a effing grip.
I'm fixing my lighting issue too soon. So
you see your lighting issues. There's too much light in there. Just turn it off. Ain't nobody doing all that.
Turn off the light.
Turn off the light. Turn it off. Like a light switch. Everyone who's seen Book of Mormon gets that.
I have seen Book of Mormon actually, and that's why it's funny.
So moving on, everyone. Let's go through some of these chats. We got Surf Wrestling in the chat saying, "Omar, talk about Vincent from ROH, brother." So Vincent from ROH, Vinny Marcegila, something like that.
I think that's his name. Yeah,
something like that. Dude's killing it right now. Isn't he? Is he? Are they still the 6-man champions?
I think no. Who? What's his name? Is right? The
is it like
with his boys?
Dalton Castle?
Yeah.
Is it Dalton Castle's group? I mean, well, no, isn't? I'm pretty sure Vinny is. No, I don't. I'm not even gonna pretend like I know. All I know is Vinny and Mike Bennett have been doing some funny ass stuff with Matt Taven. And,
oh my god,
I love it. I'm a huge fan. I think Vincent's like whole gimmick is actually pretty cool.
It is. I mean, I like Mike Bennett. I love the whole little gimmick they both have going on. It's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. We got Surf Wrestling in the chat also saying that Vincent's heavily rumored being Uncle Howdy from Ring of.
Really?
I don't know, man. I don't know if that's gonna be that would be an interesting. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. We got Surf Wrestling also saying my favorite finishing move is Sister Abigail. I know you can twist the neck awkwardly if it's done. I mean, the Sister Abigail is a good move. I actually do think for Bray Wyatt, it was very fitting, you know?
Yeah, it was.
Theatric.
Something theatric, something different, something eerie almost.
Little kiss.
Little kiss.
It's like, why did you? It's like, why do you make me do this?
Why you make me do the things you make me do?
Anyway, no, but Bray Wyatt's like Sister Abigail kiss is almost like he's putting like a spell or something on you, and then boom, knocks you out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, like the kiss of death, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, Surf Wrestling saying my second favorite finishing move is Finn Balor on the turnbuckle. Oh, you mean pumpkin faced pup Finn Balor on the turnbuckle falling because he's the demon fall? We never got an explanation for that. I'm still mad about this.
No, I'm still mad about it.
Extreme Rules
still.
2021. We never got an explanation for Finn Balor. The
falling.
rope just breaking right before he's about to become the Universal Heavyweight Champion.
That was crazy. That was absolutely insane.
CC in the chat.
But yeah, I do like the coup de grace. I've always liked the coup de grace as well.
Oh, the coup de grace?
Coup de grace is, I call it.
The coup de grace.
The
Next Generation. Drake was on that show.
Oh, dear.
He died.
We're getting off to a great
Drake dies
start.
in that show.
He does in that show. Yeah, he did. He was in
his own death. One of the two happens. Something about
happened.
death and Drake happens in that show.
He just did the Roppongi Vice song.
I'll do the Roppongi Vice.
Ice.
I got my ice. It's really nice.
Vice.
Roppongi Vice.
Nice. I hate him so much.
That's what I do. Guys, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. CC in the chat says, my phone has been acting or has been on the fritz every now and then, so it might be me. Oh, no, it's definitely not you. It's a problem that I know exists with my mic. So it's not anyone else. It is a problem that people have been having with my mic. That I've been having with my mic as well. Anyway, but Roppongi Vice, it's really nice. Let's move on to something not so nice. And that is this freaking, I don't know what's going on, man. CM Punk. Trevor, let's talk about CM Punk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about him.
This man torpedoes his career after All Out, right? Just like torpedoes it. Like
right into a mall.
Here's the thing. So you and I have talked about the whole CM Punk press conference. I was in the building when I wasn't there in the room, but I was in the building when that happened.
Right, you were in the building when it happened, yeah.
And I remember I was waiting for I was giving it time to wait for my ride, and we're getting and then someone who was next to me was like, "Hey, are you watching this press conference?" And I'm just like, "No, not really." I was gonna check. That was gonna be something I checked out in the morning or something, because usually nothing of note happens during those press conferences. But little did I know the entire wrestling world's gonna be turned on its ass because of what happened. So I watched. So as I'm in the Uber, I go on Twitter and I start listening to some of these clips, and I just hear Punk going off on Colt Cabana, and I'm just like, "Oh, gee. I need more context for this."
Right.
So anyway, that whole thing was a debacle. A lose-lose situation on everyone's end except for Mindy's Bakery, who got the biggest plug in the history of the world. Still mad. They're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, so I couldn't go.
Oh, wow.
But
that was still that whole segment with Mindy's Bakery was probably the funniest thing, and it was the biggest pop, you said.
I came on the show and did a bit with
you sure did.
Pastries. I was like, I got a co-host who is a freaking child.
That was absolutely.
I work with children. He's like, I'm old, I'm hungry, I'm tired, and I work with effing children. I'm just like,
children.
This guy. Anyway,
who does not like you today?
So CM Punk, obviously that happens. Suspensions happen. Trevor, we recently learned that Ace Steel, who allegedly in this melee, this brawl, bit Kenny Omega and pulled his hair, as well as threw a chair at, I believe, Nick Jackson, was released from his AEW contract. He was a producer for AEW. He is no longer with the company, according to reports. He is done.
Who, Ace Steel?
Ace Steel is done with the company. So we knew that going in, and that for a lot of people was not an omen, but a sign of things to come, because a lot of people kind of assumed that if Ace Steel was going to be gone, the likelihood of Punk being gone was going to be high, because Punk is the kind of guy who kind of rides or dies with the people he's with.
Pretty much.
apparently, Trevor, right now the only hang up between AEW and CM Punk right now
Contract, right?
is the what's it called? The Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot the word for it. But they're right now they're negotiating a buyout of CM Punk's deal. So in this case, AEW would
Right.
basically pay CM Punk a lump sum of money, and the deal would be over after that, and he
Oh,
would be done with the company. That's essentially how this would work. The only hang up right now is the non-compete. That's the word I was looking for.
right,
The
right.
non-compete, which would prevent him from presumably going to WWE because that's the only other company that would be able to pay CM Punk the amount of money that he wants to
Well,
be paid.
WWE already pretty much said that that's not happening.
And brings us to our update. Apparently, there are people high up in WWE who who would vote no if asked about a CM Punk return. People very close to Triple H have also said that they don't want CM Punk to return. They think the way he handled the fallout from All Out was unprofessional, and they believe it's a ticking time bomb. Which, say what you want. In my
I
opinion,
mean,
and I don't want to speak for you, but I think you and I are kind of on the same wavelength. I agree with them. It's a ticking time bomb.
yeah,
You can't give him a live mic.
you can't at this point. You can't. Look, okay, so his promos were fine, right? The pipe bomb, all that stuff. But like, this was something totally different, like completely different and completely unjustifiable, honestly. Like, you sat there and shot on all these these young wrestlers and like people that you think are incompetent, people that aren't like up to your par, up to your talent, as you think. And like it wasn't necessary. It just wasn't necessary. Like the way, honestly, I get why Tony Khan didn't step in, but the way he treated Tony Khan was even worse, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, to do all of that in front of your employer, what that tells me is that the dude. I mean, there's a part of me, right? And I think I've said this from the beginning. There's a part of me that kind of gets Punk in that moment, right? Adrenaline's
Right.
pumping. You just had a great match in front of your hometown crowd with a broken or with an injured tricep. You know you got an injury, but the adrenaline's pumping. You got the blood in your face. People are telling you go to this press conference, and you just start going off, and you're mad about something that you've been mad about for a long time, and you just go off. I've been in that situation. In that I've been in a situation where I've been mad. And I just want to be mad, and I let it out. Granted, I was never in that situation on a post-show media scrum for the second biggest wrestling company in the entire world. So,
Right.
um,
Right.
there's that. But what's there? I mean, it is. Here's the thing, though, and having rewatched it recently, I came to the conclusion that may have been one of the most captivating things in pro wrestling history. Like
Yeah.
shoot,
Yeah.
shoot, work, whatever you want to, whatever, all encompassing. That like promo, it's like one of the best. One of not the best. It's one of the most captivating things in pro wrestling in a long, long
Yeah.
time.
That was
Because
I mean,
say what you want, it was the biggest. People are still talking about it. Like one of the
yeah.
biggest trends still in wrestling is CM Punk's is CM Punk's fallout from Brawl Out and All Out and all that blah blah blah. Like in a year where Steve Austin main evented WrestleMania, where Vince McMahon retired, where Cody Rhodes jumped from AEW to WWE. The
Nope.
thing that everyone's talking about, the thing that's gotten the most clicks, most interest from all the fans, has been what? It has been CM
CM
Punk's
Punk.
pipe, his not his nuke, his
Yeah, I was
moan.
about to say his napalm.
No. Someone called us up. It was like the wine bomb. I don't know. It was his his wine. He had a wine and a moan. Like
Yeah, that was definitely the equivalent to an atomic bomb. It's just crazy.
yeah.
So, any word on the on Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks?
So this is according to Meltzer. It's not a report from Meltzer, but he
Right.
said kind of gut feeling considering what he's hearing is that they expect that Kenny and the Bucks are going to be back relatively soon.
Okay.
Whether or not that means they're going to be back in time for the pay-per-view, I don't know. I would think that, I mean, either they're going to show up the week of the pay-per-view, like on Dynamite a few days before the pay-per-view, or they're just going to wait and hold them until afterwards so they can have a story figured out. But, I
Right.
mean, yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It is one of those things where at this point you kind of expect them to be back. It's just a matter of when that internal investigation, I think, is going to be over.
Yeah.
We don't know what that's yielded yet.
Right. We don't. They've been pretty hush hush about that. I mean, they've been kind of hush hush about everything. But
Tony Khan's
definitely
been really hush hush. He's pissed off Ariel Helwani because of it.
Oh shit. Jesus. So I guess my question to you is this. Now, and this is my opinion. But is CM Punk's career over? Can he come back from this? I mean, but here's the thing, though. Like we already said this. There's only one company that can pay him, and they don't want him. Unofficially, they don't want him. So, are you taking a pay cut and going somewhere else?
He doesn't need to. He's got all the money in the world. Like CM Punk's, he's got all the money in the world. He doesn't need to.
Right.
So, do I see CM Punk? It depends what you mean by is his career over. Like, do you mean like as a full-time wrestler?
As a full-time wrestler, do you think his career in the ring right now is over? Because I could see him being someone's backstage help, or even if he wanted to,
cancer. He's like, a locker room cancer. Like
he is.
The locker room literally said, like the locker room literally said they don't want him back unless he makes like severe amends. Like,
yep.
Chris Jericho the other day, I don't know if you saw this. Chris Jericho liked a tweet the other day that basically lambasted CM Punk on Twitter. Like it was hilarious. Like I think Chris Jericho is one of those people who doesn't know how social media works. He doesn't know that people can see what he likes. And he be liking.
I don't think he cares too much though.
He's like horny liking stuff. Like he liked a picture of like Xia Li in a bikini or something. And I was just like, my goodness, Chris, you've got a family, kid.
Hey.
We got Chris Sutton in the chat saying CM Punk is dead on arrival. Not on arrival.
That's my brother.
By the way, big shout out to Chris, friend of the show. But dead on arrival, I'm not sure. Dead on like an hour into the party, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because there are still companies that will definitely still take him or whatever, but like
they're not gonna be able to.
But I see what Chris is talking about. I told you that's my brother, right, Omar?
Yeah. You
okay.
Yeah,
I thought
you told me before, and you just said it. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I did. I couldn't hear myself, so I was supposed to say that. But no, like it's one of those situations where like, do I think people are going to look at him different? I mean, people looked at him differently in the first place, but do I think people are going to look at him different? Yes. Do I think that there is a company that is going to want him? Yes, absolutely. But I don't think it's gonna. One, like you said, right now he doesn't even need the money. He's still getting paid out the wazoo, but he isn't gonna make the type of money he would in AEW. And they may not even book him the way he thinks he should be booked. Because, I mean, let's just be honest. Unless he's going to Impact, which we know that's not happening, and he's not going to, and we know he's not going to NWA. Like,
Billy Corgan. Okay, here's the thing. NWA is more likely than Impact.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
One, CM Punk loves Billy Corgan. Like
I know he does.
CM Punk inducted Billy Corgan into the Independent Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So, like, fun fact to everyone. So I mean, like, there is like there's a bit of a connection there. And like Billy Corgan's got some money, but I don't think an NWA's like budget is going to be able to handle CM Punk.
No, I don't think so.
That's why, like, okay, when you say like, is his full-time wrestling career over in ring, I would say if I had to bet on it, because you can never say never in wrestling. You never know what's going to happen 6 months from now. But I'm leaning, yes, it is over.
That's what I think. Yeah,
because I don't as much of a coup as it would be for WWE to get CM Punk, and as cool as it would be, and as big of a story as it would be, and as big as a momentum swing it would be, the question, eventually the question is going to come up: what the hell do you do with him after he debuts?
exactly.
And how do you handle it? How do you handle it if CM Punk, has a problem or doesn't, or there's miscommunication with some of the younger guys, like there was with AEW? Like, how do you handle it if CM Punk goes into business for himself? That's going to be the question the entire way through, because
No matter where he goes.
And as much as like CM Punk may have had one of the best calendar years of any wrestler in recent memory, like
we picked him for one of the it was something we were talking about.
Wrestler of the Year.
Yeah.
Like he was our I think we had him like in our top 3 for I think we did like a 6-month and like a half year award kind of thing. Could you imagine if we did that in like August or September, whenever that happened? So like the dude, like think about what he did when he's coming, right, Trevor? The dude comes in, sells out the United Center. It's almost like it was a fever dream. Like his entire run in AEW was like a fever dream that like it was so quick, but it was just so awesome. Like debuts, sells at the United Center on a rumor, has that great match with Darby Allin. He still got it, Long Boys and everything. And then he just goes out there, has some killer matches with Powerhouse Hobbs and Dax Harwood.
Some great feuds with MJF, like
Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston. Yeah. Like, which honestly, it's a shame that one didn't keep going, because they could have built so much on that Eddie Kingston feud. But
they could have gone back to that. That's the thing. I think that was the plan.
They definitely could
go back to that feud eventually.
Yeah.
And have Eddie.
Because I mean, I don't really think they like working together anyway. But
the world is cold. Better knuckle up. I love Eddie Kingston. I know you don't, but I love Eddie Kingston.
Like I said, I'm getting there. He's. I am learning to grow.
I'm learning to like.
Because, like, I mean, I have to honestly give him credit. He's had a great year. For Eddie Kingston, he's had a great year. So you got to give credit. You got to give the devil his due.
No, and the devil is MJF.
That's what he says.
But yeah,
according to Regal, he's not the devil though.
Oh, Sunshine, you've had it easy, Sunshine. You saw that? Did you see that MJF Regal promo?
Magnificent, absolutely magnificent. Like, it was a great promo.
Like look, MJF is gonna get a lot of credit, deservedly so. Like MJF has had like so many of the best promos of the past like 2-3 years, however long he's been in AEW. He's just been killing it on promos. Like he's the best.
He has. He definitely has.
Like, okay, we need to establish this. MJF is the best on promos. Like it's like not even close right now. Like,
yeah, not even close right now. I mean, a close second might be Moxley, because Moxley's been killing it as well.
But the thing with MJF is like almost every other week or once a month, basically, it's like we're up here talking about that may have been the best promo.
And it's always MJF.
Or an all-time promo. He's got all-time promos at a consistent basis. Like, I haven't seen anything like it in my time in pro wrestling.
The closest thing I saw to it, and this is the God's honest truth, and like, as good as The Rock was, I can't say The Rock. My pick is the closest thing I've seen to it. Maybe Chris Jericho, but definitely Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper is probably the closest I can say of someone that killed it on the mic is often as MJF, and he actually compared himself to Piper. Actually, in his couple of his promos, but like Piper was one of those guys. And for you guys out there that never saw his promos, and I'm sure none of you are that young, but never saw Piper's promos. Like Piper was doing it before guys like Rick. Well, at the same time as guys like Ric Flair, it's Harley Race. Before the Rocks, before the Stone Colds, before the Shawn Michaels, before the Chris Jerichos and Regals, like Roddy Piper was nasty on that mic, absolutely disgusting. Like some of his like catchphrases are still to this day, and this one was in a movie. I came here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm fresh out of bubblegum.
Was that Hell Comes to Frogtown?
What,
I knew it. It was Hell Comes to Frogtown.
what movie was that? No, it was
It was Hell Comes to Frogtown.
No, it was
Wasn't
this it was the one where he could see all the dead people. With the black guy that's been in everything.
What?
No,
Wow.
They Live. They Live. I think it was called They Live.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
I got it confused with the other the other classic wrestling movie.
I remember that movie Frog. That's funny. That movie's hilarious, actually.
Anyway,
but anyway,
but yeah, I mean, like, dude, it's just CM Punk. You couldn't just. Here's the thing, CM Punk. You couldn't just shut up for like 2 minutes. You couldn't.
Exactly.
He could have said all this shit backstage, like to their faces in front at a locker room meeting, and we'd be fine. But this man had to go on live TV and say, "It's a business, and we're professionals, and I work with effing children." Like
he literally had a real live grown up tantrum on national TV.
Like, he's out here talking about how unprofessional everyone else is, and I'm just like, my G. What's the phrase? Glass stone, or was it glass houses, stones? I don't know.
People don't throw stones at glass houses. Yeah, people who live in glass houses throw stones. There you go. But yeah,
this guy, like, cheek of again, it's just like a great promo. Guys, if you're ever bored, go watch the media scrum again. Like, it is one of the. I mean, it's
like you said before. It's captivating. It's very captivating TV. But when you think about it in a business sense, like as soon as he was done, I said it. His career's done. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh yeah, he's done. He's absolutely done." But like, it's one of those things where you're like, dude, like you said, wait till cameras go off. Don't do that in front of your boss, in front of the media. You're embarrassing yourself, the company. Come on, dude.
No, CM Punk. We've embarrassed CM Punk plenty on this podcast at this point. Let's move on to our next topic, Trevor. Let's talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling being angry with WWE. So let me lay the groundwork.
Shocks no one.
Yeah, let me lay the groundwork here for why this is. So Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows recently made their return to WWE to join forces with join forces with AJ Styles to take on Judgment Day and Finn Balor.
Right.
And one of the problems right now is that Carl Anderson is the current New Japan Openweight champion.
That's right, he sure is. Right.
And he was set to defend his belt at a New Japan show coming up, I believe, is sometime in November. So he was supposed to defend it, and it was a big New Japan show, but he's currently signed with WWE. And the expectation, Carl Anderson expected to be able to defend his belt. But WWE right now, because they're WWE, have Carl Anderson scheduled to be at Crown Jewel, which is the same day as the New Japan show, this Saturday. There we go. And now it just seems like Anderson is not going to be able to defend his title. The president of New Japan released a statement where he said, "We expect all champions to fulfill their obligations," kind of basically telling Anderson to do so. New Japan is reportedly very unhappy with this situation and the way it's unfolded. You would have to imagine that Carl Anderson, this is not the way he wanted to handle this, and
obviously.
Yeah, a lot of people maybe expected WWE to do business a little bit different under Triple H, but it seems to be a little bit of business as usual.
I mean, you can't expect too much, right?
Yeah, last note on this. Anderson apparently still expects to be able to defend, or the expectation is he's still going to be able to defend the belt at whenever, or he's going to be competing, I should say, at Wrestle Kingdom in January, but I'm not sure how realistic that is for WWE to allow him to do.
Well, WWE's contract has never been set up to where their wrestlers could do that. I mean, they were a little more lenient back in the day, which is why Hulk Hogan and stuff did things like that.
The weirdest exception was like Taz and Mike Awesome back in like 2000 had a match for the ECW championship back when this is such a weird time. Taz was a WWE, like it was so weird. Taz was signed with WWE. He was a full-fledged WWE roster member. Mike Awesome signed with WCW as the ECW champion.
That's right.
And
I do
so
remember
you had a
that.
WCW guy and an ECW guy fight each other in a WW or in an ECW ring. Sorry, WCW guy and a WWE guy fight each other in an ECW ring for the ECW title. It's one of those weird things. And who knows, man? Wrestle Kingdom's coming up. Brian's talked about wanting to wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom. If Carl Anderson does, in fact, wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom, we could see a show that has both WWE guys, AEW guys, and New Japan guys on the same card. Like, not against each other necessarily, as far as AEW and
on the
WWE,
same card.
but all on the same card, which is nuts if that happens.
Which is something that you never thought you'd see. Like, you never thought you'd see that. But, oh yeah, it'd be crazy if it did happen. That's wild, though. Like, I guess thinking that WWE would do different business would it's kind of like not far-fetched, but kind of like too much, right? Because like they're doing so much well right now, they had to mess up somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've seen some clips of Raw. It did not seem that good. I didn't watch it.
Oh, Raw was not that great. To me, it was not great. Like, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good either.
I'm so glad I didn't watch it live then. I was streaming.
SmackDown was decent. I mean, they've had decent segments and stuff, but like as far as a full show, of course, there was some hits or miss. NXT was decent last week. I didn't get a chance to watch it this week because it's on right now.
Well, no, we have 1 minute. Wait.
But actually, how do we have it? Was pretty good. Are you over there? Are you good over there?
Wait.
Wait for it.
Wait for it. It's on right now. Continue.
You sounded like Nixon there for a second.
Nixon 2024.
I am not a cook.
Bubblegum. Bazooka, bubblegum. Some gum.
Where will we going with the show? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's just. I mean, they have all right to be upset, though. They do.
Yeah. Sucks to suck, man. Shouldn't have, Gallows and Anderson shouldn't have signed before that. We got Chris Sutton in the chat saying NXT is the best show lately. Hey, if that's how you feel, that's great.
I mean, honestly, from what I've seen, it's definitely getting back to what it's trying to get back to what it was. They like I said, Halloween Havoc was definitely very good. It was watching that was good. Of course. The champion, he's still doing champion things.
Breaker.
Ron
I
Breaker.
did see that Von Wagner spot.
Oh yeah.
That Von Wagner spot was nuts. He launched that man. It was
Dude, it was
Wesley, right? He launched Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley.
On the table.
That's
my god,
crazy. And what's his name? Apollo Crews is actually doing well over there too, which we all knew he would.
Yeah, my boy Uha Nation. Ooh, ha,
ooh.
Ha.
Ha. Who else? Somebody. Oh, the Finn Balor's group. They were there. Rhea Ripley had a match last week.
Who's Judgment Day? And we're gonna Georgia. Oh, look at him right there. Look at him.
Right there.
Look at him right there. He's look at Judge him, Rhea.
Judge
I'm Rhea
him.
Ripley, and I'm gonna judge ya.
I love Rhea Ripley, actually. I do. I definitely do.
And you got Punisher Martinez in there, be like, I am Damian Priest, and I have a very deep voice, and I am menacing.
Look at me.
Now listen to my boss Finn Balor again. Yeah, we're gonna bloody batter you.
Oh Jesus!
Captain, you put me in a match with Captain fucking New Japan? What the?
What?
That was
What
one
the
of the.
fuck?
I don't know if you guys. I'm gonna try to find this clip. I, I need to. I need to play this clip. Continue while I look, Trevor.
Oh man. Oh, I know something I want to mention to you, Omar.
Yes, sir.
Our our favorite Boyle on the ass of society is fighting again in UFC. He has
Who?
a match coming up. Colby Covington,
The Cubster.
the Cubster. He has a match coming up.
Or as I like to call him, the Cuckst. Silence. At last. Not gonna.
There's a I believe the match. I'm trying to remember who it was with. But whoever it is with will be probably the middleweight champ. Um, I think that's how they're doing it. But yeah, like he hasn't fought since last time he lost, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
And that was maybe a few months ago.
Hold up. I think I found it.
Tanahashi, Taguchi,
Oh, yeah.
Nakanishi, Captain fucking New Japan. Get the fuck out of here.
Captain fucking New Japan. Get the fuck out of here.
Amazing. I love Finn Balor so much. I need to clip that. That needs to be like one of our recurring things. Cause like right now I don't think I have many. Wrong side. I don't think I have many. Like what do I have right now? Right now I only have.
We have
War Games!
I got that. Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say we
Survivor
do.
Series. Survivor Series. Oh, when I do a Survivor Series stream, you already know I'm gonna, because it's Survivor Series War Games. I'm gonna spam and be like, "Welcome to Survivor Series
War Games!
War Games.
Spam that. Wait, what's this? I have another sound effect.
I forgot all about that one.
Amazing. Christmas is right around the corner. That's been here for a whole year almost.
Dude, it's getting up on 2 years almost that we've done this shit since we've done the show.
It's 2. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's almost coming up on January. That's crazy.
January and February. Yeah,
Is that January Festival? I don't know. I'll look it up. We'll find a date.
We'll find it. We'll figure it out.
Do a 2-year extravaganza. Do a buy one get one
2
free
years.
extravaganza.
2 years.
Sell it to Peacock.
We gotta sell something to Peacock, right?
Our souls? Sure.
Not sure. I'm not using it.
Anyway, guys, let's move on and talk about our final thing. Trevor, did you see Bray Wyatt's promos in the past 2 weeks on SmackDown?
So I've seen one of his promos.
Did you see the one? Did you see the one with music playing in the background?
Yes.
Backstage.
Yes. Yeah, I saw a clip of that one, and I didn't see the full thing, but I did see the clip of that, and that didn't make any sense to me.
Really? So what is your opinion about music in the background of promos?
I mean, it's not that it's a bad thing, right? I don't think it's a bad thing, but it's one of those things, and I'm pretty sure they're doing it for effect, for an effect. But like, I don't know, is it really needed though? I guess that's the biggest question, right? Mm-hmm. Is it really needed? Like, especially if since his promos have been like so emotional and so like, fueled, just like the crowd going absolutely nuts. Like, do you really need that effect? Because you already got the effect of the crowd. You already got the emotion of the guy doing the promo. Like, do you really need that music for the effect?
Yeah, I understand that argument. I think where I stand on it, right, is if it's not like an interview, right? If it's not like an interview,
right?
I mind it less. And I think that if you do it sparingly and like, here's the thing: the one big critique I have about the biggest critique I have about the Bray Wyatt music playing in the background of his promo, it was too damn loud. Like you can barely hear Bray.
That's the thing. Yeah,
like
yeah.
If you're gonna put music on there, that's all fine and good, but you at least gotta it's gotta be background music. It can't be like the main track,
Right.
But all things, I think it actually did add to the promo. If it was turned down a little bit, I think it would have been way more impactful. But it was kind of distracting, so I do understand that. Right. I thought kind of as a as like a piece of, I don't know, as a production piece. I thought it was cool because it's like Bray Wyatt talking. Like you can add music, you can
Right.
be like,
Right.
like I don't. Okay, I respect people's opinions about pro wrestling. I understand people want to view pro wrestling as a sport, and that's a big part of me. I like the sports feel of it. But sometimes you just like wacky stuff in pro wrestling, man. You just like
There's a
wacky,
lot of wacky
spooky
stuff.
stuff. Hey,
Yeah.
spooky season. Give me Spooky Bray. I don't care. Give me the Fiend.
Right.
Give me the demonic. Just give it. I don't care. Like
Right.
people are like, oh, Matt Hardy's broken universe doesn't belong in AEW. I'm like, was it entertaining?
Yes.
Was it entertaining?
That's all that matters.
Can you explain it in that Matt Hardy is like an interdimensional traveling demon? Yes. I will believe that in pro wrestling.
I mean, you can believe almost anything in pro wrestling at this point. I mean, for God's sake, a turkey wrestled. The gobbledygooker.
The
gobbledygooker wrestled.
Hector Guerrero was the gobbledygooker. I cannot.
Yeah, he was. That. Yep. That's crazy. But no, like, I mean, pro wrestling is one of those realms where anything goes and everything exists. And as long as you can, like, just sit there and understand that none of this stuff that you're about to see makes any bit of fucking sense, you'll be all right.
Guys, people Irish whip each other into the ropes.
Exactly.
Like, that's all fake. Come on, guys. Like, God, if we want to talk about spookiness being too much, like, come on, guys. Let's calm down. Enjoy it. If it's crap, call it out. If it's crap, call it out. Like, don't get me wrong, but come on. I know that it's very divisive, right? People are like, oh my God, the Fiend sucked. You either have to be like, the Fiend sucked or the Fiend was the greatest thing. I thought the Fiend was great. I loved it.
Me too.
I am not one of those people though on Twitter or wherever who are like diehard Bray Wyatt fans in that and it shouldn't be a bad thing to be a diehard Bray Wyatt fan. But I'm not one of those fans who's like, going after people. Oh, you don't like the Fiend. You don't know anything about wrestling.
You don't know anything about wrestling if you don't like the Fiend. I'm Seth Rollins.
But no, because come on, like we talked about this before, the Fiend was pretty much the closest thing you can get to a horror movie slasher character without like going too far. You know what I mean? Like he was, especially the Fiend, the actual Fiend. Yeah. Now if you're talking about Louisiana Spooky, Bray Wyatt, that's a little something different. You know what I mean?
Nickname. Oh, I love it. Like you got the Dead Man, the Undertaker, and you got Louisiana Spooky Bray Wyatt. Like that should be his nickname. Oh, here we go. Big, like you know how people call Undertaker Big Evil? That should be like Bray Wyatt's Big Evil. Here we go, Louisiana Spooky Bray Wyatt.
Because that's exactly what he reminds me of. It reminds me of those cages that sit on the bayou in their boat going fishing. I take that down there. But that's what they remind me of. That's exactly what he reminds me of.
Oh, that tickled
He sits on the dock and tells ghost stories.
That tickled me. He said Louisiana Spooky. Louisiana Spooky. I'm literally just imagining that. Like, could you imagine if they called Undertaker like, I don't know, like Texas Redneck? I don't know. Texas Spooky.
Texas, woo.
No, Louisiana Spooky is so much better. Because it kind of sounds like those. Remember those Popeyes commercials? Louisiana Spicy.
Oh yeah.
Louisiana Spooky.
And Louisiana is spooky. It's actually one of those hot quote unquote haunted cities in America, or states in America.
Louisiana is a city. I'm learning so much.
Well, I actually thought I said New Orleans, but there we go.
First of all, it's Nolans. Oh my God! Look at all this.
I know exactly what it is. Don't grab me some.
Look at all this Earl of my shrimp. Yeah. So Trevor, as we head down the home stretch, give me a glimpse of what your future in pro wrestling watching is gonna. I asked that question very, very badly. But
Oh,
you know what I'm asking. What you
yeah.
watching? What you planning on watching? What you liking? What you hating? Let me know.
I want to watch more. I need to watch more indies like GCW, plus things like that.
I might watch any Matt Bailey match or Matt Bailey Matt Bentley. That's who I was
Mac
thinking
Bentley.
about.
Mac Bentley.
Bentley. Oh my god! I cannot believe I said that. Mike Bailey.
Yeah, I know Mike Bailey.
Mike
Yeah.
Bailey. Speedball Mike Bailey match. He's a great guy.
I gotta check him out. Yeah, I've seen some of his work. Gotta check him out. Gotta check out. I watched some DPW. I watch. I actually have a chance to, because my buddy, he performs in MCW, so I'm probably gonna go check out some live indie shows. First indie show in about 10 years,
Yeah.
maybe longer. So
Wow.
yeah, so that'd be kind of cool. I need to get to some GCW shows, definitely. But yeah, man, just living life and enjoying myself.
That's good. Yeah. On my end, I haven't bought my ticket yet.
Oh yeah, tell the folks who don't know that you're where you going.
I bought my ticket for Full Gear.
Oh, okay.
I already
Okay.
bought
You
that.
going
I already bought that. That was my early Christmas gift to myself.
No.
Yeah, way too. Yeah, this might be a birthday, New Year's, Christmas.
Where is it this year?
It's in Newark, New Jersey. So
Okay.
yeah, I will. Yeah, I will definitely be wearing my protective vest. Because I'm up in Newark.
Watch yourself. CC might cuss you out.
Is she from New Jersey?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, CC. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not sorry for making fun of it. I'm sorry you're from New Jersey.
Oh, I tell her that too.
You know who else is from New? No, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go there. Anyway, so I have bought my tickets for Full Gear. If anyone who's watching is gonna be in Newark, on for Full Gear or in Newark in general, and
what day is that?
it's at, thank God, it's on a Saturday.
Is it? Jesus. Okay.
Yes, it's on a Saturday, November 19th, I believe. Whatever that Saturday is, on the weekend of the 19th. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be there. Okay. Right now, the plan will likely be to go in on the same day and then leave on that night, because I want to save on a hotel and not pay for a hotel and just kind of go to the show. But I actually don't know what I'm doing yet. Because I went to Rampage before All Out.
Did you go to the ones that were here at all?
No, I didn't. I'm gonna end up going to the one that's in Baltimore. I should, because it's like freaking like whatever, very close drive. But like, you know, I haven't. That might be a thing where I, like, the day of, I buy my ticket and just be like, okay, we're going. But
yeah, I've been thinking about it because I didn't go to the one in DC. Had some stuff going on, but I think I might go to one in Baltimore actually.
Yeah, let me know if you end up doing it, because I probably am gonna, like, I'm gonna end up going. I just probably will be like late buying my ticket because I'm lazy. The only reason I bought the Full Gear one is because I saw a seat that I wanted, and it wasn't like a mad expensive seat, but it was like one of those, like,
right.
man, like, it was, you know, man. Is what it is, though. Anyway, money's been spent.
Yes,
we are.
Money has been spent.
We are broke. Anyway, but no, I mean, look, I'm gonna be in the building when MJF maybe doesn't win the AEW World Championship.
A lot of people don't think he's gonna win it.
That's the thing. I love that.
A lot of people don't think it's gonna happen.
I love
and
that.
I like it too. I like the possibility of the fact that he may not win it. I love that. I think he's going to win it, but I love the possibility of that he may not, because it makes for a better story.
Yes. So we'll see what happens. But I'm excited for that. I don't think GCW is doing anything that weekend. They did a show. They did 4 Cup stuff the weekend of All Out.
Yeah, they did. They had a show Saturday, I think.
On All Out weekend?
No,
Or
recently, like last
oh, that was
weekend.
the well, that was the other thing I forgot to talk to you about, the GCW AEW controversy. Okay, I have a few minutes so we can run this down really quickly because I
Oh,
really want to
okay.
get your take on it. So it was John Moxley versus your boy Nick Gage.
Yeah.
Main event for the GCW title, John Moxley's GCW title. Moxley just like a day or two before had re-signed with AEW. The news came out he had re-signed with the company, that he was going to take on a larger role. He was going to be a head coach. He was going to be a blah 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 blah,
Okay.
and that he was going. And in the press release, AEW made a point of saying he was going to be exclusively working with AEW and its international partners, not domestic, international. So
Oh, okay.
the day of comes around, Moxley versus Nick Gage, and
Right.
in the end of it saw like Stokely Hathaway, W Morrissey, and the crew like interrupt
Come
or
in.
interfere in the match and cost John Moxley the match, kind of building on off
Right.
of what he's doing with MJF,
Right.
and Nick Gage ended up winning. According
Because
to
actually, if I'm not mistaken, Nick wasn't supposed to win that.
yeah, so according to multiple GCW sources, they had zero say
Oh, wow.
in the finish of that match.
Wow.
And it was all AEW kind of doing what they wanted to do. Tony Khan, apparently, according to reports, does not want John Moxley wrestling in GCW at all. From a standpoint of that's my world champion, I get it. From a standpoint of not like he doesn't want him to wrestle there at all, I don't think it's good. I think like that's something Mox one wants to do. Two, it helps build up AEW a little bit more and help. And I think taking that away outright, like it'd be one thing if he said, "Hey, all right, drop the belt, whatever," and then we're gonna go with you. I understand him wanting to protect his world champion. I understand that, like because that's your AEW world champion. You're coming off of CM Punk and all the drama of the summer, and I get that.
Right.
I understand you wanting to protect your champion, and that's how you wanted to do it. That's fine. What I don't like is the notion that he will not be wrestling in GCW, and that apparently he's going to prevent other people from trying to wrestle in GCW as well. I don't like that. I think it's bad for the wrestling business.
Yep.
I'm just an average schmo or Joe or whatever on the internet. So God, I don't know exactly what the backstage politicking looks like, but I think if Tony Khan is someone who wants to talk about cultivating and building up all wrestling, he probably needs to preach what he or like practice what he preaches. But I really want to get your thoughts on this, Trev.
I totally agree. See, and this is the thing. Like, okay, you can't. What's the saying I'm looking for? You can't tell me up and down for weeks that you want gonna sell me peaches, and then when I finally decide to buy it, you're selling me onions. Like it's not. You can't keep doing that. You can't change in midway through what you're doing. Like you're cultivating wrestling. You want to help wrestling, and you have a lenient contract with all your wrestlers. And now you want to renege on that. Well, don't get me wrong. Like you said, John Moxley is probably arguably the best wrestler in the world right now. The best pro wrestler in the world right now. Like, I mean, let's just be honest. He's damn sure the best worker. Like what Moxley has done this year is unheard of. Like he's having one of the best years in his career, and it probably will be the best year of his career. So I get it. You want to protect your talent, but at the same time, don't push your talent to do certain things in certain other companies and then say, you know what? Nah. And you're not the only one that I'm gonna do it to. I'm gonna do this to other people too. But it makes you look like a dumbass. It makes you look bad. It really does make Tony Khan look bad, and Tony Khan don't need anything else to make him look bad at this point. Like
his Twitter does that. His Twitter does that plenty, and his media calls where he very just disrespectfully answers questions about women's wrestling. That
exactly.
Doesn't do
it's just
favors.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. Like it's yeah.
That's the last thing I want to talk about. This man, does he not get it? Like, does he not? It's
what you talking about the women's division?
no. I mean, I'm over that. I mean, I'm over it in the respect. I just don't. It's what it is. Like he's not
Yeah.
gonna get
Yeah.
better. But like, okay, my G. Someone asks you a question critical of your company that you might disagree with, right? You might disagree with. That's fine. My G. At least respectfully answer the question.
Exactly,
Tony Khan has
dude.
I don't know what it is. I understand being defensive, but even that,
Right.
you're the owner of the company. You are the face. You have made yourself the face and the voice of this company. Don't alienate your fan base, even if they're critical of you and you don't agree with it. Don't alienate your fan base. Don't alienate reporters. Don't alienate the wrestling media. That's what Tony Khan's biggest problem with because like the past few calls he's been on, he did it with oh my god, I'm so sorry. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry.
It was a couple.
I
I know who you're
apologize.
talking
I
about.
really
I
do
can't
apologize.
think
It's
of
been a
her
long
name.
day. I'm forgetting names, but he did this with one wrestling media personality at a media call. I think back in like February. He did it at the last media call, and he did it very bluntly when he was asked and confronted about the lack of use of the women's division and the Thunder Rosa thing. That I don't care what anyone says. Whether or not Tony Khan was correct on the merits of the argument, we can. That's a separate thing. The way he answered that question was disrespectful, and I don't think we can and this is going back to the Big Swole thing, Trevor.
Yeah, it is.
At a certain point, right? If you can't handle the criticism directly on a face-to-face level, hire someone who can. That's why people have spokespersons. That's why the president has a press secretary, right? It's because you need someone to spin. You need someone to answer the questions and in a neutral or positive way, right? And Tony Khan
Right.
is good at doing that sometimes, but he's really bad at it other times, and it takes the fun out of the shows because at the end of the day, all you're thinking about is what the hell is this guy doing? Like, just even if you disagree, I'm just saying you could say it in a much better way, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because that's getting ridiculous.
And everyone's watch. We do one segment praising AEW next week. It's gonna be like,
Oh, you AEW marks are all getting paid by Tony Khan.
Tony Khan is never paying me after what I just said.
No, hell no. Oh, Thunder Rosa was there, and also so was
Where?
Nyla Rose. CC Nyla Rose was at the Ren Fest as well.
Oh, Renfest.
Yep.
Thunder. Was Thunder Rosa smiling?
Probably not.
No, she lost it. I'm so sorry. I had to make that joke. I'm so sorry. That's all a joke. I'm so sorry. I just could not miss the opportunity to make that joke. No, Thunder Rosa did not lose her smile. She is suffering a back injury, but I do think it's funny when anyone says they lost their smile. I just think that's really funny. Anyway.
Oh, that was old Shawn Michaels one.
I lost my smile.
When I get it back, I'll be back. So
we got Chris Sutton in the chat saying if Mick Foley could have 4 different personalities, then Bray Wyatt can be the Fiend. I agree. I think 6. The Wyatt
I agree.
6. Why is there? CC saying Jersey's not that bad. Yes, it is. That's my answer to that. Yes, it is.
In certain spots,
unfortunately, AEW decided to choose New Jersey rather than New York for a pay-per-view. Why? I'll never know. But
hey, no one knows.
It's all about the money. Okay, we need to end the show.
All right.
I'm so sorry. Trevor, anything else you want to get off your chest before we go?
No, not so. Well, yeah. One quick thing, guys. This time of year with the wet weather coming and with the SAD being a thing. I've seen too many of my friends go through mental health issues. Like, talk to somebody and everything. The holidays are a big mental health thing that comes up. A lot of people. So be happy, be healthy, take care of yourself. And like I always say, love those from afar and hug those close to you.
Absolutely. And if you guys need any mental health resources, I highly suggest either following Nami Communique on Instagram to check out their resources, or going
Nami's
to
really good, actually.
We're going to nami.org, nami.org, and check out the resources they have. I've done that in the past, and it's helped me out. And
Same,
reach out to
yeah.
a friend.
They're really good.
Yep, reach out to a loved one. And definitely, know that no matter, even if you think you're alone, you're never alone. You just have to.
Absolutely.
You just have to. You might have to look a little harder, but you're never alone.
Yeah.
Anyway. Thank you for that reminder, Trevor. Guys, be sure to follow Trevor, who is going to be slightly more active on Twitter in the future.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Stay away from wrestling Twitter, Trevor. This isn't. Don't make it a wrestling Twitter. Don't make it wrestling.
Oh,
Twitter.
hell
It's
no.
The worst. It's the worst.
Wrestling Twitter is so bad.
Yeah, follow Trevor on Twitter at TREVERTAINMENT. Trevor with an E.
Tame it.
You guys follow me on Twitter at OMERQ Show. Until next time, be happy, be healthy. Don't be Matt Cardona, and keep it real.